Welcome to Hostelling International New York. This is landmark property of Hostelling International USA. Right now we're inside the lobby area, which is the first room that you'll see when you enter the building. This is the spot where guests come to check in, check out, to meet for tours and activities. You'll see on our left-hand side that we have the activities board. This is where guests find out about the tours and activities. Usually we offer one during the day and one during the evening. That can be a party, mixer, for guests to get to know each other, and all of our activities are run by local volunteers. Okay, here we have the subway map of New York City. The guests use public transportation to get to all 5 boroughs. And to our right we have the tours that we offer daily. We like to go to off the beaten path destinations, including the Bronx tour. We also see some of the major destinations, including Midtown, Central Park. On Thursdays we go to Harlem and Midtown. Thursdays and Mondays we have welcome parties and mixers and pub outings. And finally on Friday we'll have a tour of the Statue of Liberty in Staten Island. This is the Hostels Cafe, which opens up early at 6:30 in the morning and stays open late until 12 p.m. Some rooms come with a breakfast voucher, other rooms do not. But this is Broadway Cafe, and they have another location, a brick and mortar location on Broadway just down the street. Guests really enjoy the cafe because it really exemplifies New York City food with the bagels. And then we have an eating area, a dining area, just to cafe area where guests gather to eat breakfast or dinner. We kept the exposed brick, which is present throughout the whole first floor. You'll find that this area is especially popular during the mornings and evenings. Guests tend to be out in New York City during the day. Welcome to the pool room. This is a very popular area for guests to hang out. We have the old school red phone booth. We have artwork on the wall that was done by guests in exchange for a free night. And then we have some seating and of course the pool area. Like I said, this is very popular in the evening times before guests go out. They'll catch a game of pool and then decide where they're heading out into the city. This is the World Room. The whole first floor of the hostel is communal space, so guests gather here to rest, to open up their laptops, to charge their phones. We have charging stations that are compatible with different types of phones throughout the first floor. This also gives us access to our patio space, one of our favorite spaces at the hostel. This is our Courtyard Space. This is another very popular area for our guests. They like to bring their breakfast out here, sit down, chat with one another. We have a fountain here, and we also have a mural done by a visiting artist from Brazil. We also have our mixers out here when the weather's nice, and live music, usually 2 times a month. This is our Pollinator Garden. It's filled with perennial native plants. We built this 2 years ago and we continue to develop it. This is another outdoor green space that's really valuable for our guests because green space is really hard to find in New York City, especially Manhattan. So this is our communal kitchen. It's open 24 hours and it has everything you need to cook a meal. It has space for storage, refrigerators, 4 sinks, knives, silverware, pots, pans. This is popular with our guests, for our guests traveling on a budget, and also for guests that just prefer to cook a meal instead of eating out. This is really a unique area because you get to see the culture expressed through food, and you get to see, you know, a dish from one part of the world right next to a dish from a different part of the world. This is our laundry room located on the 2nd floor. It's open 24 hours a day. It's a great feature for our guests that are taking extended trips. They can come here, wash their clothes, dry them before they head off to their next destination. HI USA and HI New York is a nonprofit and a social enterprise. We connect international travelers to the local New York City community through programming, through volunteers. We also offer travel scholarships to study or to travel across the United States and internationally, and those are offered twice a year. This plaque is the history of the building, which was opened in 1839 and was a home for older single women, mostly war widows. In the 60s and 70s, it became abandoned and was nearly demolished. Then a group of Columbia students saved it, and with the help of the city, it became a hostel and opened its doors in 1990. We have our own local volunteer historian, Pam Tice, who's a neighborhood historian as well, and she was the one who put this plaque together. This is the New York room. It's another communal space in our hostel. Guests use this to hang out. And this is important for us because it's an event space for us. We've had photo exhibits in here, live music, and social mixers. The two images you see at the end of the room were also painted by a guest who stayed here in exchange for their artwork. We're downstairs in the locker storage area and the cellar part of the hostel. This is another service we offer to our guests. Guests can come down here and store their luggage for the day or for a couple of days if they need it. The lockers vary in size from small to very large.